This is bath time for my lizards, for my Uromastyxs and bearded dragons. I do this once a week for them. It helps them for when they're gonna shed, you know, if they need to get water. But mine don't drink. They never drink in here. I put a water dish in their enclosure every day, probably within an hour of lights turning on. The bearded dragons drink water every single day, and the Uromastyxs drink about 2 to 3 times a week. They actually do drink water. You know, some people are gonna say, "Oh no, don't give them water," nothing like that. They get it from their vegetables and stuff like that, and fruits. But no, they do drink water. And if you look up most care sheets, are gonna tell you have something small in there with water in case they do feel like drinking water. Even though they can go a long time without drinking water, they do drink water, and they're very healthy from drinking water. So I'm not gonna neglect them on drinking their water and stuff. And you're supposed to do this once a week for your Euros. So the bearded dragons, you can do it 2 to 3 times a week. But the Euros, you're supposed to do it once a week only. This way it helps them when they're coming ready to shed. If you see these spines here, what'll happen is if they're not able to shed right, they'll start to lose these spines when the shed does come off. A bad shed. So you don't want that to happen on the tail. Yeah, my female right there, she's in shed. So it's going to help her shed the rest of the skin off. As you can see, my male's bearded dragon has this nice black throat. Shed his skin right there. They're already starting to try to breathe. The female's already doing all what they want to do to start getting ready. But just give me a chance to clean out the enclosure. They'll go in nice and clean and happier. Also with the Euros, you can't put the Uromastyxs in the enclosure right away. You can't just take them out of here and put them in there. You got to dry them off before putting them in there, because what'll happen is they have a bad habit. Even though this is lukewarm water, they'll go straight to the under the heat source, the heating bowl, and you can't do that because that's humidity. You don't want them with humidity or nothing like that. You know, they got to be completely dry before you put them inside. There goes Big Baby. See how big his stomach is? He's huge. Here goes the Uromastyx that at one time I thought was gonna die, but now if you look at her stomach, really huge. She's getting real big. She's gonna get the biggest. But to give you an idea of what I do when I go to dry them, take them out. I put them in a bucket with some paper towel, you know, usually a little bit around. Leave them in there for a few minutes, one at a time. If you want, you could put it around them a little bit, dry them off a little bit, but put the top on. When you put the top on, she goes crazy and she starts to just dry off. So I love these lizards, man. They really do remind me of a turtle without a shell. You look at their heads, that's what they remind me of. Really great lizards. You can see how big her stomach is getting. It's definitely getting bigger. She's trying to get up. There you go. So it's bath time. That's about it. Show you Big Babies real quick. How huge he is. He's like super big. See that stomach? Really huge. Trying to get that stuck shed on his skin off. Put her back in there. There he goes. He's trying to do his thing in the water. That's about it.